Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn. Now, at the Dollar Tree store, they have these blue stemmed wine glasses and then these kind of smoky gray stemless wine glasses. I've never tried to etch on a tinted glass before, so that's what I'm going to try today. Now, I applied vinyl to some Christmas ornaments, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And it is very difficult to get intricate designs to attach well to curved surfaces and to get them straight. So for my first one, I'm just going to go with a super simple design, and that's just an M for my name. Now with etching, you weed it backwards. So you weed the part that you want to show up with your etching cream. So there's my M. Then to apply that to my glass, I have this clear, transparent contact paper. Now it's not really quite clear, but it's pretty close. So I'm going to pull up an edge of the backing and then expose just one side. Now I probably don't want to do this on the paper towel. Then I'll lay that down over my design, get it smoothed out, and then I can pull the backing out and smooth as I go. Now I have this little scraper tool, so I'm just going to really burnish my vinyl to my contact paper and my table. Now to remove the backing, I'm going to peel up a corner and I'm going to pull straight back. That way, if you see, just like this, you're going to do it slowly. If you see something peeling up, just put it right back down, burnish the back some more. Now what I like to do is kind of hold the back down with my fingernail and then pull that paper. And this little point is being a little bit difficult. There we go. To prepare my glass, I'm going to use some alcohol and paper towels, and I'm just going to clean off any oils from my hands or dirt, anything that might stand in the way between your glass and your etching cream. So I'm going to use the slippery side of my contact paper backing, and I'm going to place that behind my design with a little bit of the stickiness of the contact paper right there. Actually, let me move it over. I want a little stickiness of the vinyl to be exposed. Okay, so there's just a little bit, and I'll smooth that out. Now the reason I did that is that's going to help me get this placed straight. I'm going to lift my glass up so I can see it. Okay, that looks straight enough. So now I'm going to hold it in place and then rub the exposed vinyl, the vinyl that is exposed on the back, to the glass. Now I can peel back until my paper is where I can grab it. Pull that off and then lay my vinyl back down. Now I don't want to just let it drop on the glass because then it's hard to move it and you might get wrinkles and things like that. So I'm going to put some tension on it. I'm really pulling to the right, putting tension on that. Then I want to work from the center out. And the only parts of this design that I'm concerned about with bubbles and wrinkles is just where the black vinyl meets my letter. So I'm going to lift this corner just to get that straightened out a little. And I'll probably have to wait until I get the contact paper off before I can get that all super smooth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start at the top and remove my contact paper. Again, I don't care if there's wrinkles in the vinyl, as long as where the vinyl meets the glass is super smooth. And I'm going to make sure it is after I get this contact paper off. Okay, so right now I have a big gap under here. So I'm going to pull the bottom of my vinyl up. And try to stretch it out some. Now my design's going to get distorted a little bit because this is a curved surface. I think that looks fine. Now I'm going to take some of the extra vinyl. I have a huge roll and I have these scraps. And I'm just going to add more protection around my stencil. Because if you drop any of this armor etch outside your stencil, it's going to etch it where you drop it. You could just use tape for this. I just have these little pieces of excess vinyl sitting around over here. So one last inspection just to make sure I don't have air bubbles where the vinyl meets the glass. I have a little fold right here, but I think that's going to be fine. Now, since my glass is protected on the sides and the top, I'm going to pull the armor etch over it in that direction. I won't come this way because I didn't tape this off. I did go ahead and open my armor etch over the trash can because once you've used it, you get little crusty things around the cap. So I'm just going to use this popsicle stick and very liberally dab the armor etch where you see exposed glass. I don't really want to rub it too hard so that it gets under some of the vinyl. I can spread it around a little bit, but mainly I'm going to go in up and down motions. Now I'm just going to push down on that, so if there's any air pockets under my armor etch, I push those out. Then I also want to make sure my glass doesn't turn or roll and the armor etch drip down the side. Now I really should be wearing gloves for this. I do wear goggles because one of the first times I ever used this, I flicked a little bit up on my face. Not in my eye, but it made me realize it's pretty easy to make a mistake like that. So I would definitely wear glasses and I should wear gloves. Now the instructions for this online say to leave this on for about 5 minutes. I've heard people leave it on for even an hour, and I've just never had to do that. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pat this in again. See, I think I missed this corner up here. So in that case, I'll probably go ahead and leave this on 5 more minutes. Then I'll wash it off in the sink and I'll bring it back before I take the vinyl off. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get my gloves on to rinse my glass off, since I'll be rubbing it with water in my hand. And then I will also put my safety glasses back on because the water could splash up. So I'll go rinse this off and I'll be right back. Now typically I would just take the tape off while I'm rinsing it, but I wanted you to see the reveal. So let me kind of wipe these gloves off just a little bit. Now the tape's a little loose, or the vinyl is a little bit loose because I was using hot water over this. Then I'm going to go ahead and use a little more alcohol in case there's remnants of that etching cream. And that etch turned out really nice. Let me get some paper that has a color on it that helps you see that a little bit better. Now before I put paper in it though, let me go ahead and lift it up to the screen. Now there's paper towel remnants up here. Okay, hopefully you can see that etched very well. Now, if you're new to etching, I would definitely not recommend that your first project be on a curved surface. If it's just curved one way, that's not horrible. But when it tapers both ways, or all 4 ways, that gets pretty difficult. Thanks so much for joining me and sticking it out till the end. Until my next video, bye-bye.